a podcast to honor the gods.
This better come with a sacrifice.
Dave X Media.
Welcome to the restricted section, in which we all experience in real time one of the biggest betrayals I've ever endured, including when I learned that my old boyfriend Ryan cheated on me, and then I dumped him, and then he told me he was going to date my best friend, and then he did. If you haven't done the reading, don't worry, we did it for you. Here's what we're talking about this week. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Chapter 12, Silver and Opals, in which Harry and the gang go to Hogsmeade and Katie Bell gets cursed by a necklace that isn't even for her. I'm your host, Christina. My co-host today is Haley. Say hello to the listeners, Haley.
Hello, listeners. I'm Haley.
Yeah, she is. Who's on your shirt?
Oh, it's a Goncharov t-shirt. I don't think... it's...
Is it worth the explanation?
If you know, you know.
Okay, cool. And I'm very excited because our special guest today is our friend Ashley. Say hello to the listeners, Ashley.
Hello, listeners.
We're so glad to have you back.
I am so glad to be back. I've missed you all.
We missed you too. You might remember Ashley's voice from Order of the Phoenix, Chapter 19, The Lion and the Serpent, which came out December 28th, 2022. That was my mommy's birthday. How have you been since my mom's birthday, Ashley?
Happy birthday, Mom. It's been good. It was right around the new year. I had left like a terrible job and started a new job. I'm still at the new job and love it. It's so great.
Love it.
Still married.
Awesome.
We made it a year.
Thank God.
Yeah, shout out Josh. And so, yeah, it's been really good to kind of distract from all the other things like crippling inflation and the fact that I can't buy a home, etc. But yes,
Sure.
Been good, been very good. Keeping up with the network.
Create your own little oasis.
Yes, of happiness. Big things on the network. That's exciting. Super scary.
Yeah, hell
The
yeah.
bits. All good.
Yes, and some upcoming projects that we're excited about as well. If you want to know what we're talking about for as little as $1 a month, you too can hang out on the Discord with me and Ashley.
I love the Discord. I'm there every day.
I love it so much. I respect the people that are there every day because I'm like, hey, man, this is my company. I have to be here every day. It's amazing that other people show up to talk to me. I love it so much. Ashley, where does Half-Blood Prince fall into your ranking of the series as a whole?
This most recent reread has bumped it up to number 1. I am loving it so much. I think because like the first 3 are their own things, like they're introductory, they're good. And then the 4th one gets real. Like, okay, a kid is dead. Voldemort is back. Mm-hmm. And then the 5th one is such a fucking drag after that. And then 6 is swooping in to save the day, like the cold open at Westminster Abbey or wherever the UK Prime Minister's office is. Like things are.
I laughed because I forgot about that chapter. I was thinking of the one where they go to Snape's house, and I was like, fucking Westminster Abbey. Does the Prime Minister hang out in Westminster Abbey? Haley, that seems like something you would know.
He usually he would go there, but Westminster Abbey is like a church. So I think the Prime Minister... 10 Downing Street. That's the
there
one.
We go.
Yeah.
Sorry, Haley. You were building up to the answer, and I cut it off.
I was talking slow and stalling because I couldn't remember the house number, which is very telling of what kind of memory I have.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's just really cool to me. And like things are happening, things are clicking. We're getting the backstory. Like things are waking up. It's really fun. It feels like kind of how I feel in this time of the year, like anticipating Halloween and Friendsgiving and Christmas. It's like exciting things are coming.
Okay, I love that.
I love it.
And also it's like October in this chapter.
Ooh.
And it's October when this episode comes out. So
Nice.
it is all like it's the October of the book series.
Yeah.
Some might say, you know. And honestly, when I was like, fucking Silver and Opals, what the hell is this chapter about? And then I started listening to it. I was like, this is already happening?
I know.
Yeah.
This is already happening.
Yeah.
We just started. We're only 200 pages.
Like, but in my head, this chapter takes place like around Christmas.
Yeah,
which, like,
it's a
okay,
blizzard.
October is like October feels kind of like, but it's not Christmas. But yeah, like you said, there's like sleet and shit.
They just had Quidditch tryouts.
Yeah, exactly. I think really the weather is such that we would only get in the winter here in the American South.
Yeah.
I think that's what throws me off.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
The weather is awful in this chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Truly.
So dreary.
Kitty Bell looks very comfy in the illustration for like the Scholastic versions. Like, she is bundled the fuck up.
Oh, good for her. Yeah, I think in the movie it's like icy middle of winter white in this scene also. Like, I think it's pretty crisp. So that also is a little misleading. Whereas even in the northern UK, I still feel like it maybe would be like more slushy this time of year. Not that I know. All of my know-how comes from reading the Harry Potter books. So, Harry Potter, what is this? Silver and Opals. What was the silver?
It was the stuff that Mundungus was stealing.
Oh, and the opal was the opal necklace.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
I was
okay.
wondering the same thing 10 minutes ago.
I didn't know if it was
like,
both
was
the necklace. Yeah, both those materials, but that makes sense.
I was like, I guess the necklace is silver with opals in it. Okay, but this okay, cool. So it's like, yeah, it's October. Looking around? Would you look at that, guys? It's October. Where is Dumbledore?
I think he forgot. I think he forgot there's a war. I think Harry is completely right, and Dumbledore's just fucked off to the beach. He's like Merlin at the end of the Sword and the Stone.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that Merlin. I love that for him.
I really don't know. Is he scared of Draco? And so he's like not hanging around because he knows Draco's trying to kill him.
Oh my God. I'll give this kid less opportunity.
I genuinely think that he is off, like, trying to find weird, holistic, healing people to fix his hand. Or looking for Horcruxes. I don't know.
So I think that comes down to it's like, I think we're gonna probably have a whole bonus episode on the Patreon about if Dumbledore's a good person, period, at the end of it all. But I think that poses a question? No, you pose a question.
Yeah.
Fucking
You might be thinking posit.
Posit. I'm gonna pause. Fuck yeah, Haley. I'm gonna posit a question. What does he value more in the very limited time he has left, trying to fix himself or trying to make sure that the big bad can be defeated even without him?
I'm trying to remember, but I think this might actually be like blink and you miss it covered in the book, because is it how I think he's looking for the cave or something.
Or like trying to get into the cave.
Yeah, they're like I think he reveals at the very end of like his lessons with Harry that like, so you've been wondering where I've been and what happened with my hand, and here's what's going down, and we're going on a class field trip with just you. You're the class.
I don't know. We'll keep an eye out for that in the rest of the book.
He's already asked Snape to kill him. Like,
oh, yeah. I was saying I don't know about what Dumbledore's doing right now. Like,
Yeah.
I think that he might be trying to figure out how to heal himself.
he's already asked Snape to kill him, though.
But he could take it back.
I don't know. I think he's dramatic enough that I think he would just be like, well, guess I'll die.
Oh, fuck.
Blaze of glory.
So annoying.
Yeah, well.
So annoying.
Wizards be wizards.
Wizards have hubris, though.
Yeah, but like, there's also the hubris to die dramatically.
Stop. Yeah,
He's like, I'm not going to let
do it
this
in
hand
style.
kill me. I want to be killed on the astronomy tower in front of everyone.
What's the absolute highest point in the school? I want to fall off it. Like, slow-mo dramatically with sad
God.
music.
Wait, that's so funny. I've literally never considered before that he made requests that detailed, but like, do you think he did? I think he did.
I think, well, doesn't he apparate to the astronomy tower? So
No,
like that's, it's their fucking...
I think they have to fly in from Hogsmeade.
Oh no, or was it a port? I don't fucking remember, but...
I think that's a movie memory. They have to fly in from Hogsmeade, and it's really stressful because Dumbledore's super fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what happens.
But they do end up
They land
yeah.
on the astronomy tower because it is the highest, and Dumbledore's like, fuck yeah. This is where I wanted to die.
Honestly, Tina, I feel like this is the wizard equivalent of, like, your personality type. I think this is Dumbledore being extremely type A and planning his own death tableau a year in advance.
Oh, should I start working on that now?
Do you not already have a binder? You should already have a binder.
Oh, I went up to start reading the notes, and I forgot I scrolled all the way down to the cave to try to fact check what we were talking about, but I couldn't easily, so we'll just have to wait till we read that chapter.
Anyway, chapter 12.
Chapter 12. We learn about the next Hogsmeade trip, which, guess what? We will not be doing that with Cho Chang.
Thank God.
Maybe Ginny will go with him.
He is certainly thinking about it.
Yeah.
Do you guys like the Hogsmeade chapters?
I like some of them, like when good stuff happens.
Yeah.
I like the one where the horrible date happens. I also like, is this just a movie memory? But when Slughorn's super drunk and says "all hands on deck, Granger," that's a really good moment.
I think that is a movie memory, but that is a good
All
moment.
hands on deck, Granger.
What about you? What about you, Haley?
Yeah, I think so. It's not quite like with the Quidditch chapters where they're all kind of the same. Like, eventually it's just, you're just doing sport ball.
I would take Hogsmeade over Quidditch.
Yeah. Hogsmeade is like, third year, Harry's like sneaking in, which is fun. Like, fourth year, it's just like a place for non-school drama to happen. Then, of course, there's Madame Pottyfoot's, like... And then there's this chapter, which is like we've all had this trip, you know, when it's like, yay, thing we're looking forward to, a bright spot in the future. And then you go and it sucks and you can tell immediately that it's going to suck.
Yeah.
Also, like, the chapter opens with Harry sitting in bed reading textbooks, which is like, this is a weird thing for me to be doing. But I mean, it's such a good read, the potions textbook. With the scribbles from this person I've never met before, surely in my life. And just, there was this post that used to float around online of, like, people, it was someone saying, like, God, it always pissed me off in the Harry Potter books when Harry and Ron would, like, complain about their homework. Because it's like, oh, I'm sorry, are you upset about your magic homework? For your magic classes at your magic school with your magic friends? Like, Hermione makes so much sense when you think of it that way, and it's just, okay, so you're 16 and you're finally like, oh, well, magic's kind of cool, huh?
Yeah.
It is kind of fucking cool, Harry. Ashley, do you like the Hogsmeade chapters?
I do. I think it's like a little nugget, you know, of the world. It's something different. I would not like to live in Hogsmeade, I don't think, in their like purely magic village. I think if I were magical, I would like to live in the Muggle world and do Muggle things, like go to the movies and stuff. But I do like them.
Yeah. I also just I'm just a city girl. Like, I'm not living in Hogsmeade or Ottery St. Cashpole. Like, I'm living in London. I'm living in, what's another British city?
Birmingham.
Basingstoke.
Oxford.
Basingstoke came to mind, and I feel like anyone in the UK would laugh really hard at that. From what I understand, Basingstoke doesn't have the best reputation, but it's the only English city I've been to.
Wow, I've never heard of it in my life.
Oh, I left London last year and booked it to the English countryside. So I'm a country girl. I don't know where I live.
Ottery St. Cashpole.
Yeah, I might do that. I would buy, you know, or build like this kind of makeshift house on some land, like the Weasleys, and live out there. Apparition goes a long way.
That's very true. And I do think they're on Muggle land, because I'm remembering, like, at the wedding in the next book, they're like, are we waiting for anyone else? Or, like, they invited all the wizards within, like, walking distance, and that was, like, 3 families of, like, within, like, a day's walk, or, you know what I'm saying? Or, like, within the village.
Yeah.
It was the Diggories and the fucking
Love Goods.
Luna, yeah.
Love Goods.
Yep.
I was like the Lunas.
Lunas.
I can't say their last name.
Luna. Oh, she's Moon. But like, I feel like Hogsmeade has got to be like the wizard equivalent of a college town, but like an insufferable
Something
one.
niche. Yeah.
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 Yeah, they sustain so many weird businesses too, like a joke shop, a like
The joke
stationery store, a tea shop. What these wizards choose to spend their money.
Okay.
Like it's crazy.
What if the stationery store can only afford to do anything because they sell Hogwarts its parchment?
And that's
would
their main
explain-
buyer.
Oh, yeah. We've been wondering about the fucking parchment too, so. Yeah.
Maybe they
What
do.
if Zonkos makes their money by
Probably these.
maybe they are the ones who come in and service all of the funny acting like statues in
Yeah, these Hogsmeade
Right, like,
weekends
aren't
are
they-
like their Black Fridays with all these kids coming to town and buying
It's
their
true.
stuff.
Oh my god. Like I do not want to work Saturday morning. God. So Harry is laying in bed reading his morning potions textbook.
Like you do.
We learned that he's already tried several of the Half-Blood Prince's custom spells. One of them is Muffliato. I totally forgot about that
Yeah.
spell.
Oh, yeah.
There's this other podcast called Muffliato. They're a very cool, nice podcast. I recommend checking it out. But they are the ones who, when they set up, they call themselves the restricted section. And I was like, I see that you are a rated E for everyone type of show. Well, I'm a rated E for explicit type of show. And I feel like maybe you don't want people to make that mistake.
There can be only one!
So they came up with what I feel is a truly equally dope name, which is Muffliato.
That is a
and
good
I
one.
forgot that it
Good
comes
one.
up so late in the series.
Yeah. Yeah. I do like this whole bit of just like, oh, Harry's just turned to the dark side now, huh? He's just casually
Vindictive little
hexing
shit.
people in the hallways. I kind
Staff
of love
members.
this for him. I know!
That the
Twice.
idea of non-ministry regulated spells is just wild to me.
Yeah.
Like,
That- I mean,
the
yes.
ministry regulates things?
Yeah, this ministry.
It's wild that you can just invent spells, though.
So many, and the only unforgivable spells are mind control, torture, and murder. Like there are so many other
The
bad
bar
things
is
that people
on the ground.
floor.
Yeah, they need to have different language about like intent to harm, you know,
Yeah.
rather than like, well, these are the three you can't do, and if you invent a loophole, invent a loophole.
Love potions are sinister. That should be
Yeah.
Yeah.
unforgivable. And just making up spells, and Harry's using them with people in the room,
Yeah.
not knowing what they do.
Well, yeah, but it's in a book.
It's funny that you brought up love potions because I think that almost every guest so far this book has brought up love potions because it's so deeply fucked up.
Well, like this,
It really is.
like this whole book feels very high school drama. Like it feels kind of like Mean Girls with magic. And like
Love it.
all of a sudden in that context, like that's so fun. And then you've got like like the dark specter of love potions and all that they imply just kind of lurking off to the side. It's just weird. And like it doesn't not fit, but like it's jarring.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Harry's looking down at a nonverbal spell that the Half-Blood Prince wrote down. It's Levi Corpus. They should really be teaching Latin in this school because Harry's like, I wonder what that does. And it's like, hey man, it really does tell you what it does.
I don't know if you really even need the Latin Levi Corpus.
Yeah, just like any understanding of how language works.
Levitate.
Yeah, levitate, corpse, levy.
Yeah, like you got it.
Yeah.
You got it. It's right there.
And, like, he's really been struggling with the nonverbal spells, too, which, who can blame him since they're being expected to exclusively use these, and they just started learning them this year? Which,
Not very well either. Like they're not actually being taught. They're being like yelled at.
Yeah.
which, like, alright, I guess that's one way to do it, but really, just this year you started? Okay.
Yeah, it's weird.
But
yeah, it is weird.
He's been having a particularly hard time, but hey, maybe the prince is a better teacher than Snape.
It is so crazy that he picks it up so fast because he's such an ineffective learner from Snape in the classroom because of this unbridled hatred they have for each other for some reason. But Snape actually is effectively teaching him, through his book.
Yeah. I also think it's a bit bananas that, like, Harry's not a good student. He's not a quick study. Like, even stuff that he really has his heart set on, like Expecto Patronum, like, that shit does not come easily to him, except for when the plot needs him to get really good at something really fast. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, I guess he's just doing this by accident now.
Yeah, it would be really great if there were, like, mechanics explained with how exactly to perform magic and what might make it difficult or not difficult. But anyway...
Or even, like, where it's coming from, or, like, what you should be... how should I be manifesting my energy while I'm trying to do this nonverbal spell?
Is it in the first movie where at the end Hermione and Harry are in the, I don't know, dungeons of Hogwarts somewhere, and she's like, "You really are a great wizard, Harry." And he hasn't done a single spell in the whole movie. You're like, bitch, where?
Yeah, but books and cleverness. There's more important things like being the main character.
Yeah.
Like being the main character. Harry fucking Potter. I can't believe what a disappointment he's turned out to be truly in the end. Sorry. He's done a couple things by now. And honestly, I keep saying this, over the next book and a half, he actually does quite a bit. Okay. Yeah. And in the last book, he almost does it all. And I think that's cool.
Yeah, he's become cool enough that he can kind of bully some people sometimes.
Yeah, it really feels like J.K. Rowling did not... what are we calling her this season? Oh, Junior. Mm-hmm. It really feels like Junior did not... She had to write 5 books to find the plot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the plot has just started. And so our main character, having his 5 books of backstory, is now ready to be a true main character.
Last season was angsty, and now he's channeling it into a sense of humor.
Have I shown you guys my cutest, tiniest little pipe? Here, I'll do what the makeup girls do. Here, wait, what are they? They're like...
Oh my god!
Oh my god! It's so much more visible. Holding it up in front of your palm.
I bought my friend a pipe for her birthday that's in the shape of a pumpkin, and they sent me a tiny little personal pipe with it, and I'm like, this one's mine.
I love it.
I love it too.
Itty bitty baby pipe.
Okay, he's like, Levi Corpus, whatever that. Oh, but no, it's too late. That's a nonverbal spell, my dude. You have Levi to Corpus. Congratulations.
It's Ron's
so
Corpus.
Reckless.
It drags Ron out of bed. He's sleeping, right? Like,
yes.
It's the first thing in the morning.
Yeah,
everyone's asleep.
Man is in a dead sleep.
Let's just do this
Ron
spell.
Screams,
what does it do?
Everyone wakes up. Like, it's a shit.
And he's in a dorm room with a bunch of teenage boys who have zero sympathy, which is just the worst place for this to happen.
Yeah.
If this had happened to one of my roommates, and I was still sleeping and I was okay, that would have been fucking hilarious when I was like a freshman in college, you know? So he quickly finds the counter curse, which is Libra Corpus.
He hopes it. He's like, I hope this is the counter, Jinx. Like, what was the thought process?
Because he's obviously not looking at the like etymology of it.
No, I'm starting to side with Hermione. Like, what are you doing with this book?
It's a reckless abandon.
Yeah, but he's 16 and he's going to live forever, so...
And then after Ron is safely returned to the ground, they think it is so fucking funny. Like, it doesn't serve as, like, a slightly sinister warning to them. Like, they think this is the funniest fucking thing that's ever happened.
Naturally.
Boys will be boys. That's what that saying means.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love them so much. They're so stupid. So they go down to breakfast, and Ron is like, Hermione, the funniest thing happened. And it's like, you're really not paying attention to this bitch enough yet right now, dude. Like, come on.
Like, it's not even
Tune
a matter.
in.
It's not even a matter of reading the room. It's reading one person's face.
Yeah,
a person you
it's like-
hang out with every day.
Every single day, like, when Hermione laugh at this, they always, like, think, too, they're like, yeah, she'll think this is great.
She's
No.
one of the boys.
She's the only one here with half a brain.
Yeah.
So Harry remembers that he actually saw his dad use this spell against Severus Snape. He saw it in the Patronus that he wasn't supposed to be in. What was it called? Like, Snape's worst memory.
Yeah.
An assumption that was made about that memory. They're like, what, Harry, what? And he's like, oh, Lupin told me that my dad did that. Because he's not trying. I don't think he ever admitted to them that he went into Snape's bad memory.
Yeah. He's too scared of Snape.
I think he also is afraid of Hermione being like, wait, that's why that whole thing ended? Because you fucking went into his memory?
Also that, because especially right now, she, like, already doesn't approve of the book.
Pissed.
And, like, I love how he keeps trying to, like, deflect her line of questioning. She's like, oh, did you get this out of that potion book? And he's like, oh, you always jump to the worst conclusion, don't you? Which, like, first of all, not an answer. Second of all, yeah, and she's usually right. Anxiety's a bitch that way.
The worst thing usually happens to you, Harry.
Yeah. And he was like, he saw his dad use it, and so he's thinking that the Half-Blood Prince might be his dad.
Because it's all about you and your dad, my dude. Everything's about you and your dad.
Everything's your dad.
One time there was this guy that was in my friend group in college, and and one of my friends was like, hey, I think he kind of has a crush on you. And I was like, okay, knowing that, sure, why not? And so I was like, all right, I'll try to sleep with him tonight at this party. And the whole time I was trying to talk to him, he could only talk about fishing and his dad. Fishing with his dad, and how his dad takes him fishing. And I was like, I can't do this.
Oh my God.
It's not all about you and your dad, my dude.
Oh, no.
Stop talking about your dad.
I would have fucked you, Pat, but you blew it.
Can I have your dad's number?
I heard he caught a really big fish. Oh my God. Shoot my tiny pipe. So, where are we? So then Hermione is like, remember the fucking Levitist corpuses at the fucking World Cup, my dude?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Is that a good point?
I don't really think so, because, like, this is very specifically turns you upside down by the ankles, and that one was, that sounded more like Wingardium Leviosa, just
Which they got taught in class.
Yeah, like it sounded like those people simply were floating and, like, were being, like, manipulated in the air, but, like, this is pretty specifically, like, by the ankle, it sounds like.
Yeah, I think she's just trying to invoke, a feeling of shame around it, and I think she's successful.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, oh, yeah, it is a bad spell, maybe, but then he quickly recovers and is like, no, well, they were using it wrong. I used it for fun and laughs.
Well, and that's a good point, because, like, all magic is weapons. Like, you can use any spell to be a weapon. And actually, I think we were talking about that in the Discord server today. Hold on. I'm going to search for the word pineapple because I know the pineapple came up. Okay, in the Discord. Oh, because we're doing the murder mystery game in the Discord server.
Very fun.
What's the pineapple have to do with? Never mind.
And Kayla posted a very funny Patrick Star meme that says, is mayonnaise a murder weapon? And then Charlie said, I think so. If a pineapple can be a murder weapon, so can mayonnaise. And then there was a bit of discourse about the pineapple. But apparently you can kill someone with a pineapple.
For as little as $1 a month. You too can be part of our Discord community.
We're talking about pineapples.
Learn different ways to do murder.
With a pineapple.
With a podcast. So Harry is like, this guy can't be a bad guy. Therefore, no. he says he can't be a Death Eater, therefore he can't be a bad guy.
Yeah, because
you have to be a Nazi to be a bad person.
It's black or white. Not
right,
gray.
and he's a half-blood. Exactly.
Exactly. Half-Blood Prince. That's definitely not a euphemism. It's not a made-up name. It's real and legit, and everything always adds up because you know who was pure blood? Lord Voldemort. So there's no wiggle room here.
Yeah, and she's like, they're all lying about their blood status anyways. There can't be that many purebloods left.
And throughout this entire argument, Ron is sitting there gesticulating with a sausage.
It's going everywhere, and that's kind of gross.
Yes, what Ernie.
I have this thing about, like, meats, cheeses, and sauces, where, like, if they're the way that I'm meat in a taco, hell yeah. A little bit of ranch on my salad, or like a wrap. Two salads too much. A little bit of ranch on my wrap, totally. Ketchup on my french fries, yeah. But like once it starts like flopping around where it's not supposed to be, I'm like at a level 11 disgusted. I'm like, oh god, you dribbled a little bit. There's a little bit of sausage on the table, and I'm not okay anymore.
A sausage hits you on the head at breakfast from Ron throwing it during an impassioned argument. You have to go to the hospital wing for the rest of the day.
That's like Parvati Patel. I was thinking about Lavender Brown because I'm a bit of a Lavender Brown, but Parvati's at that table and she's like, "Fuck this guy."
Honestly, who can blame her?
Right? I know I've said this before, but I'll say it again, and this isn't even happening in this chapter, but I wish that when Ron and Lavender got together, that Parvati and Harry became friends. Just regular friends.
Yeah. Yeah, like, just, I would have been satisfied with a few long-suffering and, like, exasperated looks over Ron and Lavender's heads while they were making out.
Yes.
Just like,
yes.
oh.
And some
like,
kind of camaraderie.
Let Hermione be a part of it so that she, instead of like isolating, it's like let Hermione find like a female friend to rely on.
And talk shit with.
I know, they go to the ball and she puts up with his bullshit and then they just never speak again.
They never speak again.
Yeah, like, be friendly to her.
So Harry's like, oh no, my dad isn't a half-blood. But then it literally is like, I don't want to think about that right now.
Shove it down.
Like they're about to, and he gets his invitation to fucking his next Dumbledore
lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah. From Guess Who Delivers It?
Hot Girl Magic.
Who?
Ginny.
What? Oh my god, Ginny, I am in such a good mood right now for totally unrelated reasons. Hey, do you want to go to Hogsmeade with us, Ginny? Oh, no. She can't.
She's going with Dean. And I brought this up in the fucking train episode. Why can't you go to Hogsmeade with your friends who are also friends with your boyfriend? Why must you live your life in isolation? I don't understand.
No,
I have been asking this for years.
It seems...
Couple friends!
The Madame Puddifoot's chapter was around Valentine's Day, so it was a big, like, date Hogsmeade day. But maybe these kids never get time alone, so it's their chance to, like, go make out in the corner. I don't know.
Okay.
But they need to open up.
Kids do be trying to make out.
I mean, I also did underline this part and just wrote smooth with it, because, I mean, she's still got kind of a little thing for Harry, but this is her, like, actively playing hard to get.
Yes,
oh, yeah. Well,
I love it.
She's moved on with her life.
Oh, yeah, she's like, I might see you there, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I love
it. Good for Ginny. She's truly such a wonderful character in the books. I can't wait to see the rest of it because she's amazing.
Yeah.
So they walk to Hogsmeade and it sucks. And this is like that feeling you were talking about, Haley, when you've been looking forward to something and you know right away that it's going to be a bad day. Like, it's so fucking cold and miserable outside and they're like, oh no.
Mm-hmm.
And then they roll into town and, like, Zonko's joke shop is just boarded up. Which, like, is that the war or the economy? Yeah. Because they've got competition now. from Fred and George.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. No, I refuse to believe that Fred and George put Zonkos out of business. I think they would have bought it, if anything.
Yeah, they're in different areas. It may be a war thing. I was wondering that too. I'm like, why close?
It's probably a war
Puttyfoot's
thing.
open. Yeah.
It's pretty much definitely a war thing, I think, but I like to think it's the economy.
Oh my God.
Maybe I'm just projecting.
Yeah.
Because it's so cold, they go straight to Honeydukes, which, like, I want to be in a Honeydukes.
Yeah.
What's the closest, Haley? Maybe actually, like, Garden Grove is a little bit Honeydukesy.
Or no, the Garden Grove is like the Three Broomsticks. Honeydukes is the sweet shop.
Oh, Honeydukes is the
Sweet shop. We vacation in a place called Rosemary Beach, Florida. It's on 30A, which if you go to the Gulf, it's pretty well known. And there is a store called the Sugar Shack that like has a model train running around the top, every candy that you could imagine. There's a, exasperated woman behind the counter scooping ice cream. It's like exactly what you would think
Oh,
Honeydukes
that's so
is.
cute.
It's my favorite place.
We have a Sugar Shack. Yeah, we have a Sugar Shack too, but they sell donuts. Like artisanal donuts.
Also
Very
good.
nice donuts. When Haley and I worked at Brandy Lane Publishers, it was for a couple of years there, it was like a daily routine to figure out what their free donut of the day was, because they would give out a free donut every day for a reason. Sometimes it was like if your name starts with J. Sometimes it's like if you bring us a Harry Potter book. So we brought them 7 Harry Potter books one time, and I was like, can I have 7 donuts for the whole company? And they were like, hell yeah. And then I made the person behind the counter hold up a book and let me take a picture, and they did not look happy, but they did consent. Okay, it makes more sense that Slughorn is in Honeydukes, and he's like clutching candied pineapple to himself.
Which is like his favorite. Like he'll do anything for this candied pineapple.
It's like he fucking gave it all up to him. Fucking Voldemort.
I'll sell my soul for this
Professor Slughorn, how do I build an atom bomb? I've got this crystallized pineapple for you. Well, first you split an atom.
Have either of you had candied pineapple?
I think so.
No, I'm thinking of crystallized ginger, which is good, but I don't think
Does
pineapple.
it say crystallized or candy?
I think it's
crystallized.
I think it's
serious.
Crystallized.
Is that the same thing?
I'm not sure.
I thought it was. It may be a little crunchier than just candied.
Okay.
But
What
pineapple,
is
no.
Crystallized pineapple. What is crystallized pineapple?
Inquiring minds want to know.
Okay, so according to whereismyspoon.com, it's the same thing.
Okay.
And according to other people too, probably. It appears to be the same thing. So I've had like a dried pineapple, the same way you buy like a dried mango or dried apricot. So that's really good, although like a little tough, but like I find it to be quite delicious. But I've never had like a super sweet, like candied pineapple.
I think I have. I personally, if I'm remembering correctly, I personally did not care for it. Because like it's got a good texture, it's got an excellent mouthfeel. But like it's too sweet in the way that like coconut is too sweet. Yeah, I'm saying that.
That's funny because I don't like super sweet things, but to me, coconut, it's like, all right, do what you need to do.
Coconut is like it hits a note of sweetness that to me is overwhelming, and candied pineapple kind of hits that same note. If that makes sense.
I also have recently become re-allergic to pineapples. I was allergic to them as a kid. And then for like 15 years, I was cool, and now I'm allergic to them again.
Oh my gosh. What happens? Do you like throat close up, ER visit?
No, I'm not allergic to anything that much, but there's a couple like random fruits and stuff that just make my throat like itch and like swell ever so slightly. It's better. It's like I'm fine. Like feed me pineapple, like I'll be okay. But I'd rather probably just not. Especially since I don't need it, you know what I mean?
Like we couldn't kill you with one.
Well, I'll fucking refer you back to the Discord server where they were talking about how exactly a pineapple could kill somebody.
For as little as $1 a month.
I love like a perfect callback. That was so funny. We got back there. Okay. Slughorn. He's there. He's crystallized. He is like, Harry, my boy. Apparently, Harry has missed 3 of his dinners because he's been intentionally scheduling Quidditch practice during those dinners. Genius. That's genius.
Uh-huh.
Good job.
That's exactly how you do
Good
this.
joa Harry. He's doing something smart for once.
Don't you hate these interactions where there's someone and you're like, oh God, you yeah, well, I'll give you a call for sure. And normally it is like an older person or in my experience. I'm like, oh, I do want to stand here in the grocery store and talk to you for 2 hours.
The Southern goodbye.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you so obsessed with me? I mean, we all know why Slughorn is so obsessed with him. But so there's like another dinner Monday night, but whoops, Harry has his lesson with Dumbledore.
Yeah,
Convenient.
lucky.
Dumble's coming in for the assist for once.
So now they head to Garden Grove, aka the Three Broomsticks, which now that I'm saying it correctly, you have to admit that our local, we talked about this with Brooke recently. It's a urban microbrewery. Is that what it is? Something silly like that.
That sounds pretentious enough to describe it. Yeah.
But it's lovely there.
It is lovely there.
It's because it's like cozy with like all wood furniture, and they have a lot of like ciders and wines along with some ales.
Nice.
That's what makes it feel Three Broomsticky to me.
Yeah, it's got like don't they have a lot of barrels? Like they have barrels on tap, like full barrels.
Probably. That sounds right.
Yeah. Like if they don't have barrels, it's the kind of place where you would expect to see like a big stack of barrels.
Yeah.
Nice.
I had my wedding reception there. I got very drunk and I blacked out and I did push-ups in my wedding dress.
Very nice.
I don't think I saw the push-ups, but I believe it.
Someone has a video. I don't remember who, but I've laid eyes on it because I didn't believe that I had done push-ups, and there is evidence.
I'll have
If
to
you're
do
out there,
some
post it.
detective work.
Tag restricted
has it.
section pod.
So they see the bartender from the Hogshead walking with Mundungus Fletcher. Mundungus drops his suitcase everywhere, and there's shit everywhere that he's smuggling and selling.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And this is Aberforth, Dumbledore. We are seeing him sell
I
the
forget about
two-way
that.
mirror to Aberforth right now, I believe, which is very important
Ah.
later.
Are you joking me?
No,
Say that I need my textbook.
I mean, it doesn't say, we never know that this interaction is when he bought the two-way mirror that
Okay, but
eventually...
it's implying that he bought something.
But that would make sense. I was
would
wondering
have to
about
be
that.
The mirror.
Whoa. That's
Yeah,
really
so
cool.
that's pretty
I've never
important.
realized that before.
I know,
Mind blown.
sometimes the bitch does it well. Sometimes.
Like, honestly, I will say
Damn
that...
it. I hate when this
I
happens.
know. But I will say that, like, for this book, and, like, honestly, this chapter in particular, there's a lot of pretty decent foreshadowing. It's late in the
Yes.
game, but it's decent foreshadowing and, like, setting stuff up. And also, like there's sentences that have foreshadowing and callbacks.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like
Even the
all right,
Levicorpus,
okay.
Like, we
Yeah.
start with the levitation, we end with a different kind of levitation. The whole chapter is very through line. I like it.
Ooh, wow. Guys, this is the book where we like Harry Potter
great.
again. It's really happening.
I'm
Do you
into
think-
it.
Do you think a new editor came on for this one? Someone bright-eyed and
God.
bushy-tailed who was still willing to cut things down?
Maybe.
Is there an editor on the copyright page?
I don't know. Let me check.
Can you take a look? I'll look at order of the pages.
I'm not seeing a
No, I
name.
guess Scholastic is too big to be listing like individual employees on the
Those
copyright page.
fuckers. Credit your workers.
Okay, I'm spilling books everywhere.
Sorry, we're doing the publishing thing.
But I just am extremely curious, and we've always been really curious about this.
Yeah.
Who edited Harry Potter?
It had to be like a team at this point.
Wait. Back of the book. There's a bunch of credits. Okay, managing editor was Karen Brown. The
Karen.
I feel like that means they didn't work on it.
There's a managing editor, a continuity editor, and a manufacturing director. Fuck's a manufacturing director?
Where are you looking, Haley?
It's like the very last page. It's formatted like this, if that helps.
Wait, I made the video go away. Sorry, this is probably... Okay. Thank you.
We really get insufferable when we start talking about the industry.
Okay, the managing editor was Manuela Suarez.
Okay, I feel like... Do you think Karen Brown was new?
I mean, it's a different name for sure. I guess it depends who edited it.
Is there... Wait. Does
I'm
yours...
checking Goblet.
Does yours
What?
have a continuity editor?
Oh, okay. Okay. This is cool. It doesn't say continuity editor.
Okay.
Maybe
all right.
Cheryl.
Yeah. So maybe it's Cheryl. Yeah. Maybe that's...
Cheryl Klein, continuity editor.
Yeah, although she did miss the Hand of Glory, but, you know, no one's perfect. Nobody's perfect. But no, honestly, a continuity editor would explain a lot.
Okay, I got books 4 and 7. Okay. 4 still looks like this. Remember when I cared?
Oh, yeah.
Remember when I cared enough to put tabbies in the book and take them?
Oh, you were so young, like Cheryl.
Okay. So in Goblet of Fire, the credits are managing editor Manuela Suarez. So that's the same as Order of the Phoenix. So now I'm going to check Deathly Hallows.
Well, now I'm
God, it feels
invested.
good to finally be doing this. What'd you say?
Now I'm invested.
Yeah.
Editor drama!
Managing editor was Catherine Brown. Continuity editor, Cheryl Klein. They're a good team.
They are a good team!
Guys, we figured it out. Okay, wait, I'm doing bonus episodes about these bitches. This is amazing.
Editing is this important!
It is this important. I feel like we're having a breakthrough.
I mean, this is a brand new series, for real. This book is so good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Am I breaking news right now?
I am going to refill my drink because I'm that excited. I have to celebrate a little bit.
You deserve it.
Damn, the editor of Harry Potter, the Karen Brown person, published a book called Prejudice in Harry Potter in 2008.
Have we uncovered anything new?
Yeah, Wait, but is it the same person? Hold on.
Karen
What's
and
up?
Brown are spelled pretty...
No, it's not. It's not the same one.
Oh, well, damn.
It's not spelled
What
the same way.
Ah.
But
Maybe it was just maybe somebody just missed it and they just wrote her name wrong.
Oh, maybe. And she's an editor for the American edition. So I don't know if there was
maybe.
a different team for the British
that's a good point.
and American.
It's just crazy.
Oh, your audio's cut out.
Wait, yeah, I can't.
Okay,
you
all
hear
right.
me?
You just came back.
I got too excited and I fucking bitch slapped my cord and pulled all my cords out.
Oh, no. The cord.
You knew the cord was going to be a problem.
I'm going to do more research about this. I'm going to do a bonus episode about this. I cannot emphasize this enough. Sign up for our Patreon for the $5 a month tier.
So you're not let me on that episode. Let me on.
We're going to figure it out, Haley.
Yes.
Okay, where the hell are we? I got so distracted by that.
We
The
are
three
catching
broomsticks.
Mundungus pawning off all of Sirius's belongings.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Harry fucking pins Mundungus to a wall. Good for him.
Who are you?
Yeah, didn't Hermione there was a whole conversation at breakfast, I think, where maybe it was the last chapter where Hermione was talking about oh, you've never been fanciable. Oh, you've never been more fanciable.
You've
Yeah.
never been fancy.
Never been more
And,
dateable.
Yeah, this was the moment where I was never been more fanciable indeed. All right, okay. If I was
know.
16, this would be doing it for
I'd be
me.
into
The
it.
rage.
Yeah,
I mean, this
yeah.
is a different Harry. I mean, very often he's a rash person, but rarely does he get really violent. Like in the chapter I was on in Order of the Phoenix, he punches Draco, deserved. And I mean, that's one of the only other times where he really kind of gets all mad like this.
It's a good look.
Mundungus also probably has the locket on him at this point, which is crazy
Ooh.
to think that he might have a Horcrux in all of his things.
Maybe that's why Harry goes so mad so fast, because he's around a Horcrux.
Maybe so.
Ooh.
It triggers him.
I know, because he doesn't even realize it's technically his belongings. He's just mad that it's serious. He's still grieving.
Yeah, and what Mundungus is doing is very fucked up. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. If you need help, ask Dumbledore for a job.
Tonks shows up, like, after their little skirmish, and she also saved him on the train. Is that the last time we saw her?
Now.
Is she assigned to him, or does she just pay extra care while she's patrolling the castle?
Yeah, I think she's assigned to, like, Hogsmeade in general, but, like, she must have known this was going to be a Hogwarts weekend, and must have been like, okay, better keep a fucking eye out for fucking Harry.
So what do you guys think do you think that her and Lupin are, like, broken up right now, or do you think that he's just being, like, a bitch ass?
I don't think they've been together yet.
Yeah, I don't
at all.
Yeah,
I think they've fucked a couple times already. You don't think?
Well,
so?
that doesn't mean they're together.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, like the thing is established. Like that's what the question I'm asking is, where are we at?
But like, have they had that conversation?
I see.
Like, have they had the "what are we" conversation?
I don't know. Between now and at the beginning of Deathly Hallows, she gets pregnant. So, I mean, like, they've got to be something now for it to escalate to, let's start a family together.
Let's get knocked up in the middle of a war. Okay.
I mean, that's what created the boomers.
Yeah.
Don't remind me about the boomers right now, Haley.
Well, people were stressed and they were banging. That's what happened.
Oh, that's impossible. I can't imagine that. No, not for me personally. That's not my instinct. Yeah. I just am always, because they explain it so little. Like this story of Lupin and Tonks, the narrative really doesn't go into it. It's like Lupin's being a jackass and Tonks is really in love. And then it's like Harry tells him, don't be a jackass. And then that's the whole rest of the series.
Yeah, it's kind of, their whole relationship is a little confusing. It's I think it's been said before, but it's like, I don't know, they're single and he's kind of young, so they should be together.
I guess.
But honestly, if they'd like banged once or twice, just like over the summer, just... We're both sad and we might die. Why not?
Yeah.
Then honestly, that would kind of explain the dynamic in this book.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of feel differently. I kind of feel that in order for Tonks to be this fucked up, he must be like actively leading her on or something. Like I don't think she would get like this bent out of shape over just like a summer affair. But maybe that's because I'm a slut. You know, it's all about perspective.
Yeah, I mean, her Patronus changed, didn't it?
Exactly.
I mean,
right.
to
Like
me,
she's changed.
something has shifted. She really does feel for him.
Yeah, she's like kind of becoming a stone cold badass in the meantime.
Yeah, like something's happening to harden her.
Yeah.
That's how
I feel like they banged a couple of times and she got very emotionally invested and he got very self-martyry and they had the what are we conversation and it didn't go well. I feel like that's what happened.
And she's taking it really hard.
I just don't like that for her.
Well, neither do I. But she's in like her early 20s or something, isn't she? So I don't like that for her either. That's a tough time.
It's crazy because when I was a kid, these characters like Tonks and like Lupin felt so old to me. And now I'm like, oh, I guess I am older than all of them.
Babies.
Now I'm older than all of them now.
Yeah.
Which does explain kind of a lot, where it's like, why are all of you so dumb? It's like, I'm
older and wiser. That's crazy.
Yeah, she sleeps with Lupin and is like, I'm going to marry him. Like, you're 22. Calm down.
I hate that
honey.
for her. I really maintain that he's doing something else.
No, it's like, wait, no, Ashley, because like I feel like I've said this before, but Wizard Society, even though it's scattered all over like the world and like all over Britain, like it has a very small town feel. It's very Marrier high school sweetheart. Regular people go to the high school football game and are invested. Like,
yes. that don't have
That's-
kids at the school. That's like here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot. It took a lot for me to care about the football games at my schools that I went to.
Oh man.
My
I was
school's-
a cheerleader. I know you can't tell.
No, I really love and respect that. Like I respect it so much, but like there's something about, I think it's because maybe my vision's bad that sports in general just make me grumpy. Like I can't see what's happening.
Yeah, I'm not competitive, not really. But I'll enjoy some sports.
Yeah, my first high school had the worst football team in Northern Virginia, bar none, and spent so much money trying to make them not the worst football team in Northern Virginia, and like that took money out of the budget for like fixing the ceiling or any other extracurriculars.
You would
but,
not
like,
believe.
But like every other team sport, including like the cheerleaders, the girls' football team, the lacrosse team, soccer, wrestling, all of them did very well and were like, they had like a fun attitude about it. And we just ignored the fact that the football team existed.
Oh, good for you guys. That's really fun, actually.
It was one of the few things that I liked about that school.
So it's bad. Okay. They go to the Three Broomsticks. They get drinks. Harry's shouting. He's angry. You know, he's like, I'm going to tattletale on this guy. And then they're like, it sucked. This whole day has sucked. Fuck this. Let's go back to the castle where it's warm and where we can get hot cocoa and sit by a fire. This day is done.
Like,
Yeah.
God, just them sitting at the table has so much stupid teenage drama.
Hermione's kind of like jealous.
Yeah, like Ron's kind of looking for Madame Rosmerta because she's curvy and he's into that. And Hermione sees that he's looking for Madame Rosmerta and is being bitchy about it and just glaring at him. And Harry is just sitting there like, he was stealing from Sirius and me and Sirius.
They're all pissed. Yeah. And Tonks did not give a shit. She was like, yeah, I mean, what? It's Mungus. What are you going to do? He's mostly fine.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah. So they're walking back to the castle.
Yeah, they're following Katie Bell and her friend. No big deal. Yeah.
Harry's thinking about Ginny with Dean and scowling. That's really nothing.
Yeah,
He's trying to make himself matter.
Yeah, they're probably snuggling in Madame Potterfoots.
They probably are, though. They really probably are. So Katie Bell and this girl, she later gets randomly named Leanne. Who cares?
Leanne.
They're like arguing in front of Harry, Ron, and Hermione. They're arguing about something that Katie is holding, and Harry's like, "Oh, this is about." I personally, the second that someone starts arguing near me, I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
Whatever's happening here. It's like, I need to tie my shoe. Like, I need to listen to this.
But like, there is one of these moments of like, oh, I don't think Junior wears glasses because these two are arguing and Harry is doing what you do, Tina, and is like trying to get a better look. So he reaches up with his glove to wipe his glasses off. Doesn't work. That will absolutely make everything worse. And by 16, he would know that.
Yeah.
Harry Potter debunked.
Okay, so hold on to your butts because Katie fucking soars into the sky gracefully, eerily, like something is fucking wrong and bad. And she screams, and then she screams some more.
This part in the movie was actually scary. Do you remember it? Where she's like flailing around possessed and like up in the air. It was scary.
So in this one, it says that her face is like completely expressionless. In the movies, she does have this kind of like eerie, like
weird
bared smile.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot more uncanny valley in the, like, honestly, this scene's kind of, like, was always kind of underwhelming to me in the book, but, like, the movie did it more than justice. I was like, okay, it's scary now.
Okay, cool.
Big
I like
deal.
that interpretation. I always just like find in general for me that watching something is scarier than reading it.
Mm-hmm.
Personally.
Yeah.
So poor Leanne. Like, what if I'm Leanne in this situation? Like, that's
like grabbing her ankle.
Well, I guess I better grab your ankles and try to drag you back to the earth.
I would be able to drag y'all's asses back down to the earth. I weigh like twice as much as you. I got you, bitch. I think I'm too insubstantial. I'm too wispy. I would grab your ankles and then I would be dangling from your ankles.
Oh no.
We're in this together.
I won't let you go, buddy.
Katie, get down from there.
You're totally embarrassing me.
So it's scary, and Leanna's having a slightly worse day than Harry now.
Yeah.
So eventually Katie falls back down and Harry and Ron like kind of catch her. And Harry's like, I'm gonna run for help. And I was thinking about this because as this was happening, I'm like, someone goes for Hagrid. And I was like, is it Harry? And I was wondering, like, if I were in the situation, would I be the one who's like, I'm going for help? What do you guys think? Would you be like, I'm gonna go run for help? Or would you try to delegate that to someone else?
I would be all focused on Katie being like, are you okay? Are you dead? And just, I guess, hope that someone else would think to go for help.
Mm-hmm.
I think I am the go for help person, but I also think I'm the kind of... I don't know if it's my luck or just I have bad instincts, but I think that I would somehow take a wrong turn and completely miss Hagrid and end up, like, making it all the way back to the castle before I met a single human being.
You show up an hour later like, I got help.
You seriously have no idea how many things have ended that way for me.
Do you think he was aiming for Hagrid's hut anyway? Because I probably would.
I think it would be
I don't know.
Yeah,
he just kind of... Yeah, he stumbled upon him, but yeah, it would be close.
Does Hogwarts have consistent geography?
It does. Hagrid's is on the way to Hogsmeade, I think.
Okay.
I think that's true. Maybe I'm
consistency
wrong
editor.
Maybe I'll look at 6,000 different maps of Hogwarts to try to come to some kind of a conclusion using that. So Harry does. So, here's the thing. I think that if I was in a situation like this, I would be like, does anyone feel up to like sprinting for help? Probably there's someone there more up to it than me. But if I'm the most up to sprinting, I will fucking do it for a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if it was me and Sean, I'd be like, Sean, are you going to run for help or am I going to run for help? And he'd be like, I think I'll stay with her. And I'd be like, okay.
I mean, it would kind of depend on who I was with, but like, I don't have I've done some first aid training, but I'm not like good at it. I've never like been in a situation where I had to provide like first
CPR.
responder. Yeah, none of that shit. So like, in a lot of like emergency situations, I'll have the thought that like, oh, too many cooks in the kitchen is going to cause more problems than solve. So I'm going to go find something I can do to help that's not here.
Yeah.
Like run and get help.
I've never been in one of those, like, not life or death, but kind of needs quick action scenarios. I have no idea how I would react. Probably horribly.
Yeah. I feel like I can't really remember if I've ever been in, like, intense situations. I'd like to think I'm good, but...
The only, like, concrete example that I have is from when I worked I was museum security, and an old man tripped and fell head first onto a 4,000-year-old Roman mosaic.
I've told that story recently.
Yeah, and he was bleeding on it, and it was bad. And so, like, I had to call on the radio and get help, and, like, I was still pretty new, and, like, it was... I was giving someone a break, too. Like, that wasn't even my gallery to be watching that day.
No.
One time I was right next to where these two guys started like shooting at each other, but it was my birthday and I was walking with guns. It was in Norfolk, Virginia. It was my birthday and I was walking home from my birthday party, so I was absolutely fucking hammered. And this guy that I was this was when I was fucking like 70 pounds lighter. And the guy that I was with he was like, come on, run. And I was like, I'm wearing fucking stilettos or whatever, because I was. And he fucking picked me up and threw me over his shoulder and like fucking ran with me.
Fireman
like,
ran. Oh my God. That is serious.
So that's how I'd act.
Oh, I guess there was also the time I was coming to your place and I found that guy just in the leaves.
Oh my God.
It was the middle of autumn. It's like, it's not late, but it's dark. I'm walking down the street and there's just like a dip in the sidewalk where a bunch of leaves have accumulated. And I see a dude just kind of slow, like he didn't like eat shit, but he just kind of like slowly fell over. And I come up on him and he's just like on his hands and knees in the leaves. And I thought like maybe he's looking for something that he dropped. But, like, no, this guy was having, like, a neurological episode.
No.
And so I had to, like, call 911, which, thank God, I'd worked in museum security and knew how to do that, but...
I haven't worked in museum security, but I still know how to call 911.
It's like, you have to tell them certain shit, is the thing.
You have to tell them I found a guy in a pile of leaves.
Yeah, but, like, that's not good enough for 911, because 911 is like, okay, well, what's his name, what's his age, what's his weight, like, what's his ethnicity, and I'm just like, I know none of that. I found him in the leaves.
He's a stranger. Yeah, I would be bad.
Okay, where the fuck are we? Oh yeah, we're jogging up the lane for Hagrid.
Yeah.
He does smack directly into Hagrid, but truly before he has time to think about where he's going. But honestly, right now, Hagrid, that's the guy that I need. Straight up, I need someone who can carry this thrashing bitch up to the hospital wing.
Yeah.
So Hagrid and him, first of all, they exchanged what I consider to be too many words for an emergency situation. It was like an agonizing amount of time in the audiobook. I was like, you have to stop.
I feel like an audiobook just like would not get across the fact that like it's windy and Hagrid can't hear.
It's urgent. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Guys, I know that I've been roasting the Jim Dale audiobook this whole season, and I stand by everything that I've said, but I've been listening to it enough now that I'm used to it, and I'm like, these are just their voices. Like, they don't strike me anymore. Oh, except for Mundungus Fletcher. He did a bit of a lisp for Mundungus Fletcher, and I was like, that's annoying. That's just annoying to listen to. Like a farting lisp, like a cartoon character lisp. You know what I mean?
Ew. Like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit list?
yeah, something like that.
Oof.
Okay. Katie is still screaming. Like, this is very upsetting. She probably feels like shit whenever they manage to get this curse out of her.
Yeah. And Hagrid's like, is it Ron or Hermione? And Harry's like, nah, it's just Katie Bell. It's fine.
Katie. Remember her? She joined the Quidditch team at some point. So Hagrid grabs Katie and sprints with her back up to the school. Thank God. So then Ron, right? I think Ron goes over to like grab the necklace and Harry like grabs him back and it's like, don't fucking touch that.
Yeah, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Like it's like that scene in the first episode of Chernobyl with a dude just picking up a piece of rock and being like, "What's this? It's radioactive, bro."
Oh my god. So Harry recognizes the necklace from Borgin and Burke's. He's like, "Don't touch that." The label in the shop said it was cursed, so that shit is cursed.
It's a cursed items shop, so it seems pretty credibly cursed.
Remember that episode of Rick and Morty where
Needful Things?
Yeah, the Needful Things episode where Rick makes like them uncursed, all the stuff that Summer's shop
Curse
is selling.
Purge Plus.
So they start grilling Leanne, who's really doing great. Leanne says Katie came back from the bathroom with this necklace, acting all funny about delivering it. Like, I need to deliver this.
Girls'
First of all,
bathroom.
If this is why girls go to the bathroom together, okay? It's so that we don't get cursed.
The whole thing of being handed a package to deliver to someone just reminds me of like being at the airport when like they play the security recordings over the speakers, and they're like, don't ask anybody to watch your bag for you. It's like, okay, well, I'm not taking all of my shit into the bathroom stall. So what do you want me to do here?
I just always do take all my shit into the bathroom stall.
I do.
I
make
live on
use
the
of
edge.
those hooks.
I usually have a backpack, and that shit stays on my body when I piss. I usually have a giant, between a small and a giant backpack.
I just did that in the airport. Like, my backpack is, a personal item, and I'll just keep it on.
Yeah.
And go.
That's why they're great. You don't even have to think about them.
I did a lot of flying in college, so, like, I would often have, like, the biggest carry-on that I could get away with. And, like, it's not, like, it's a rolling suitcase, but it's simply not conducive to a bathroom stall.
I get you, and you're a small bitch, too.
Yes, I am. So I would just kind of live on the edge. Fortunately, Manchester Airport does not give a fuck.
Katie Bell was probably under the Imperious curse, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she, like, I think, like, in the fuss with Leanne, like, Leanne's like, fucking let me see that, because what would you do if your bitch just got, like, hypnotized?
Yeah. If there was like a war going on with, like, people who can control minds, and that's like a known
bitch.
thing.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And it ripped during their argument. Must have.
Oh, I think, oh shit. Later, is it like there was a hole in her glove? That's how this happened.
Yeah, that was it.
It's like the smallest touch, actually.
Dang.
Which is crazy, because this seems like a nightmare. How much is the full curse?
I mean,
like, the goal was death.
Oh yeah, I guess.
So
but,
I don't
like,
know.
Did they extra curse it? Like, did they put a curse on the curse? Seems like a hat on a hat, but
how would it have
curses?
gotten through Filch's little, dark object scanner security things? It's just not.
It didn't have the
heart's not. No, and I mean the heart
a
wasn't in it.
Yeah, no, I think there's like a scene like on the astronomy tower where Dumbledore is just like giving Draco prompts for a villain monologue. Basically.
Yeah.
And like getting
the
the like
cabinet.
Yeah, and here's how I did it.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
But yeah, I think he like Imperious
get off the property just to have to try to sneak it back onto the property.
I think what he did was he Imperious Madame Rosmerta and had like he'd
true.
had the necklace sent to her or something, or maybe she'd been Imperious early.
Yes, because Draco currently is in detention with McGonagall.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But like,
they're looking for Madame Rosmerta. They can't find her. She's probably Imperious, and then she is Imperiousing Katie.
Yeah.
I don't know how the necklace got from Diagon Alley or Nocturne Alley or whatever to Hogsmeade.
It's like the human scent Imperious.
Yeah, like that's kind of my thing. I'm like, can you Imperious someone when you're Can you be Imperious to Imperious someone?
It's like less effective every time you Imperious someone.
Yeah, it gets a little weaker.
And like in Inception, like we'll play this music to like break you out of it. Okay. So they pick up the necklace. Harry picks up the necklace using his scarf, and they walk back up to the school. And Harry's like,
scarf.
Harry's like, fucking Draco Malfoy, the boy I'm in love with, a villain again. Yeah. Would you look at that?
It was him.
It's annoying that he's right now.
Yeah, it really does.
So infuriating that we know he's right. But Ron and Hermione are so not with it because he fucked up so bad at the end of the 5th book. And they're like, we are done with your instincts. We're just not going to believe you.
Fuck a hunch. I don't know. No, it's, God, it's like having a friend who becomes a flat earther. Like, that's how they're acting. They're like, oh God, please get off this phase.
Yeah, and Ron is like, but she got it in the girls' bathroom. Like, that would stop. like Draco will Imperious multiple people, and he will kill a headmaster, but he couldn't go in the girls' bathroom.
Okay, McGonagall comes running towards them. Is this the first time? Oh, we saw her for schedules. But other than that,
Yeah.
this is the first time we've seen her this whole book.
She's been,
Love her.
mentioned in passing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she hands
But she's
off.
back!
She's back, baby. And she hands off the necklace to Filch to take to Snape for a little evaluation.
Keep this in the hazmat scarf, whatever you do.
Yeah. So they all go up to McGonagall's office, and this is in the movie where it's like, why is it always you
Why
three?
is it always you three? Believe me, Professor. I've been asking myself the same question for 6 years.
Very cute.
It's not even their fault this time, guys.
It's not even their fault.
know,
Very cute,
genuinely.
not in the books. Eventually, so, okay, they're all like, here's what happened. Eventually, McGonagall has to send Leanne up to the hospital wing to be treated for shock as she, like, cannot go on. I feel
She
really
can't
fucking bad
keep
for
it.
Leanne.
I know, she
Yeah.
cannot keep it together.
Like, she's not part of the main cast. She's not built for this shit.
Our trio is used to the trauma.
Yeah. Do you think that what Madame Pomfrey gives people for shock is just like one of those Victorian era, like, it's got opium and cocaine and MDMA and
All
like
the good stuff.
A bit of
tobacco?
root beer,
She just
which
chloroforms
is just
her.
invented.
I like to think that's what it is.
Harry has to see Dumbledore, but McGonagall's like, what? He's out of town until Monday. So then Harry's like, I'm telling you this in good faith. This shit was Draco Malfoy. I have no evidence.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I will not support this claim.
In related news, the Earth is flat.
Holocaust, did it happen? Anyways, it was Draco.
Pyramids, aliens.
I am proud of him for speaking up because it is Draco. He's got the tattoo at this point. He is trying to kill Dumbledore, and I'm proud of him for speaking up. You know,
Yeah, totally.
He is still
I'm with
working
you.
on a hunch, though. I do get
Yeah,
everyone else's
that's
big
reaction.
hunch.
Like, good for him for figuring it out, but you do need proof. He's like, well, and I followed him, so that's how I know. And it's like, ooh, baby, that's not.
They
not
are
gonna help.
shooting him down. They are poking so many holes in
Yeah.
his story.
Yeah, no, like I firmly believe that you are given the lessons you need to learn in life as many times as it takes for you to learn them.
Mm-hmm.
And for Harry, whether he's right or not about his fucking hunch, he needs to gather evidence. It doesn't matter you were right this time, asshole. You still didn't gather
You must
evidence.
gather evidence, yes. So the trio argues about this a bit, much as we have. Hermione kind of like steps away from him a little bit, or is it Hermione? I didn't. Write
They
it down.
both do. Just a
They're
little
both
bit.
like, no.
Ron literally is like,
It's like a shift from standing next to someone to standing and
Yeah.
like
They're
facing
like-
someone, being like, "What?"
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think Ron
turning
is.
away.
I think Ron is literally massaging his nose, like, oh god.
So McGonagall is like, "How fucking dare you present this to me with no proof? Your story is weak. You're a bitch, and Malfoy is doing detention with me when you're accusing him of this crime. So come back with
Mic
receipts,
drop.
bitch."
Yeah.
Which, good on her.
Yeah. Fucking legal process. Here we go. For once.
Truly. So McGonagall's like, "Get the fuck out of my office."
Take
Harry-
your shit and go.
Yeah, Harry's mad at his friends, but like, you cannot be accusing people without proof, man. Nobody's gonna stand behind you.
Like, even if you're right, if you just, like, if it's your first fucking theory, like, just at least practice some decorum.
Yeah.
Like, make it your third suggestion, like, maybe Malfoy, I don't know, who's to
Have you
say?
ever considered? Here's some evidence that I've collected.
I think he's still so mad too because he saw his dad in the ministry when Sirius died, and I think he still is carrying that a little bit. He also is right; he knows he's right, but just anything, he just wants the Malfoys to have done something
Yeah.
because their house has been raided, nothing's there. He must have something here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Harry.
Yep. Well, get ready here because you're about to be right as rain. That's kind of the end of the chapter. They go back to the common room. That's the end of the day.
Yeah.
Harry
yeah, they're
still
just kinda
won't
talking
shut up about
like,
it.
Yeah, like they're just kind of sitting there like, man, that was not a well thought through assassination, was it? Which,
No.
no, not really.
He's not trying to hear
No.
that still, though.
Yeah.
that is the end of the chapter. Ashley, is there anything that you want to go back to? Any favorite moments you want to highlight? Like anything we skipped?
Oh my gosh. No, I liked this chapter. There's a kind of scene in Honeydukes in the candy store where Slughorn is talking to Harry and completely ignoring Ron, and Ron is still butthurt that he's like not the special one. And I'm so over his poor me attitude. You know your best friend is the chosen one. You know Hermione's like a genius. Like, start finding your own things that you're good at. Yeah, she very much likes him. I know. You can kind of see she's totally crushing on Ron.
He's like, his character is culminating to his arc ultimately in Deathly Hallows when he comes back, you know?
Yeah.
So we have to he has to be butthurt until that moment of redemption, basically.
Right.
Yeah. But it's also just like, you can tell that they're both super annoyed by this and like just too British and polite to talk their way out of it. Like, come on, man, is this something you really want to be a part of?
Yeah.
Haley, any final thoughts about the chapter?
No, I don't think so. I'm glad that I managed to work out what the silver was. That was
yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
kind of a highlight for me.
As for me, I do like Hagrid in the chapters where he is portrayed as a responsible adult who's here to help. I think that he does a good job of helping responsibly when that's his job.
Yeah.
It's like when he gets his emotions involved, he's trying to like teach classes and like he is like he has a hard time with boundaries a lot of the rest of the time. But when he's here to help, he's going to fucking help your ass.
He's great in an emergency.
Yeah, he is. He totally is. So I enjoyed that very much. Oh my God. Are you guys ready to move to plugs already?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it.
Awesome. Ashley, do you want the people to find you online?
I do. Please come find me. I mean, you don't have to, but you can find me on Instagram. It's Ashley Hardin, all one word. That's my new name. On TikTok, I think I'm still Ashley Mason. And that's really about it. I do have X if you still do that. I think it's still Ashley Mason there as well. But yes, that's where you can find me.
Hell yeah. And what is something that you've been like reading or listening to or playing recently that you would like to plug to the listeners? And we're trying not to plug Struck Work right now.
Right. I do have a plug. I actually have it with me here on my desk. I'm plugging a cookbook. It is called I Am From Here. It is by Chef Vishwesh Bhatt. He is an Indian immigrant who is currently based in Oxford, Mississippi, whereas very near where I live. I live in New Albany, Mississippi, if anyone has heard of it. Definitely not. But he kind of discovered his love for food at a restaurant that's really near and dear to my husband and I's hearts. And he has since started his own restaurant in Oxford called Snack Bar, which is really good. And it's a cookbook, and it's like a celebration of Southern cuisine for what it is, which is a blend of so many different cultures. And he highlights, you know, traditional Southern ingredients and their origins and the complicated history that's there that we need to talk about. It's not like your everyday throw something together kind of cookbook. You know, it has some really Indian inspired, unique ingredients. But if you love cooking and preparing and eating food like me, and you want maybe a bit of a challenge or to taste something really delicious, check out this cookbook. It's called I Am From Here, and you can have a little piece of North Mississippi in your house with you.
Oh my God.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. I love that recommendation so much. I'm going to have to check that out.
I love cookbooks that are also travel writing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he talks a lot about his childhood in India. It's really beautiful. And he has this okra chaat. Fried okra is kind of a staple appetizer side dish in the South. And then chaat masala is this really like funky Indian spice with green mango powder. And he combines the two, and it's, oh my goodness, it is so good.
That's awesome.
That sounds dope.
Hell yeah. Haley, what are you plugging this week?
I am going to plug the Josh Johnson's comedy special from 2021. It's called ###. It's you can find it on I think on Prime. for like, you can buy it for like $2. Like, it's very cheap.
Sounds like a good time.
I've been your host, Christina. You know where to find me. And this week I'm going to plug One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. You might know Casey McQuiston's one of her other novels. Her? I think she does. Let me double check that. Double checking the pronouns. Yeah, she, her. One Last Stop. Casey McQuiston wrote Red, White, and Royal Blue, where there was like that movie adaptation recently. If you saw it, that's who this author is. One Last Stop is very fun lesbian lake house situation, except for it's on a subway. So I'm having a good time. Ashley, thank you so much for joining us for chapter 12? Yeah, 12 of Harry Potter 12. And the Half-Blood Prince.
Thank you so much for having me. I love coming on. I love the podcast.
Will you come back on one last time for...
I can't, don't even. One last time. Yes, of course.
I'm going to cry every episode that we record next season. I'm going to be like, this is your last time on the show. But that's why you make more shows. Hell yeah. And Haley, as always, thank you for being my trusty co-pilot.
Anytime.
And that's the end of the episode.
All right.
That's it, potheads. Thanks for listening to the Restricted Section. This podcast is produced and hosted by me, Christina Kahn. Our theme music was produced by Ryan Kahn. Our logo was designed by Michael Hardison. Please connect with us on Twitter @RestrictedPod, on Instagram @RestrictedSectionPod, on Facebook @RestrictedSectionPod, or in our Facebook group, the Restricted Section Detention Crew. Join our Patreon to get access to our Discord server, our bonus episodes, and other cool perks. We're also very happy to be a member of Deus Ex Media, where all you fucking nerds can find all kinds of fandom podcasts to suit your fancy.
Charlie, I'm so glad I found you. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. The break was hard, but I'm not injured.
Thank the gods. What do we do now?
Okay, Ray, I need you to listen to me. There's only one book left, and I know it's going to be hard, but we have to get through it.
I know. Okay, I'm going to run out and start reading.
Good plan. Okay. I'll start emailing guests.
Charlie, no! You're an introvert!
It's okay. I can do this.
Remember me, Charlie!
I love you, buddy!
For Rick!
Check out Of the Eldest Gods. Episodes every Thursday, now covering Book 5 of Percy Jackson and the Olympians. The Last Olympian.
I know it's 2023. But if something's not working, my first instinct, and I can't help, I have to do it to know that it's not part of the problem, is to unplug it and blow into it and put it back. Like, I can't. I'm like, that's gotta solve at least 50% of all tech issues.
Yeah.
Does it not?
Yeah.
I think it might have fixed the cable because I was having a problem with the cable, and then I just unplugged it, plugged it back in, did a little blowing. and then it was like, no problem here.
Blowing can fix such a wide and varied array of problems, can't it?
Unplug and blow.
Deus Ex Media.